everybody, it's Belinda from Belinda's Book Nook, and I'm here today to do a Friday Reads. Happy Friday. Cloudy and cold, but next week it's supposed to be in the 50s, and that's like kind of not supposed to be happening here in March. So I'm very excited, and I'll probably be super happy next week when I film my video because it just makes me happy when it's sunny. I want to I did finish. Okay, so I want to do another video, I think, just to do the wrap up. Or I may, okay, I'm thinking while I'm doing this video, so this is obviously not thought through. I may do a wrap up video of my books from last month, but I feel like I have told you kind of on Fridays kind of where I am with them. But I definitely want to do a couple of, just a separate video just to take a few extra minutes to talk about some of the books that I read. In particular, I did finish this on Tuesday of this week. Oh my gosh. Look, okay? And who does that on somebody's like memoir, right? Like flags. A good half of them are quotes. She has such a great way of saying things that I'm like, I gotta remember that. That should be, in my head, I'm like, oh, that should be on a t-shirt. That should be, you know. So I do have some quotes in here. I definitely want to take some time and talk about this. Absolutely a 5-star read. I loved it, and I don't want it to give away because otherwise there's no point in me doing another video. So done. So, and I'm counting it as last month, even though I went into Tuesday. Is it Monday? Or is it? Well, Tuesday early morning. Yes, I think I stayed up late to finish it. So there's that. The other one was a surprise one or a secret book that I was reading that I didn't talk about, and I finished that last night, but I'm still counting it as next month, so don't judge, right? And the name of this one, it's an ebook, and I had to hurry up because it was almost time for it to go back. It's called When Stars Are Scattered, and it's by Victoria Jameson and Omar Mohammed. And I'll try to get the cover and show you it as well. It is a graphic novel. It is a National Book Award finalist, if you're interested in those type of things. I had saw it, you know, like I always snoop around, and I on Hoopla, and I was actually I think this is on Libby, and I saw this and I thought it was very interesting. And it's a story about refugees. In particular, it's about two boys. One is Omar and one is Hassan, and they're from Somalia, and they are living now in a refugee camp in Kenya. I think it's called Dabab. I can't remember the name of it. What caught my eye was the cover of it. Let me see if I can pull. Yeah, why I do this now instead of like when I should have done it beforehand. Yeah, here we go. Let's see. This is the cover of it, and I just loved it. I was like, oh God, I want to read that. And hopefully you can see it, right? So, the book, even though I looked at this and I didn't really pay attention to the authors of it. So here I am going through the book, and mind you, the graphics are amazing, and it's such a great story about what it's like to be a refugee in a refugee camp, to experience all of that, especially as a child, and also being orphaned. You know, there was war in their country, and they had to flee, and so their father was killed, but they didn't know what happened to their mother, and they ended up going to the refugee camp very young, he and his younger brother. His younger brother had a disability and didn't speak, and would have seizures, and so, you know, that was on top of all of that, of taking care of this brother, his younger brother. And so I'm reading the whole story, and because I wanted to get back to why I didn't pay attention. I should have, if who written it. And it's a true story. So at the end, it comes to Omar. They show a picture of him and his brother. They show pictures of some other people that they mentioned in the story. And they tell you about where he is now, what he's doing, the organization that he's working on, that he's founded. They give you information if you want to help refugees that have settled in the United States and things like that. So good. You know, people sometimes discredit or discount or dismiss graphic novels because there's pictures. There's nothing wrong with having pictures to tell a story. And at the end, also, the graphic artist for this book, there's a page where she writes about the process of how she went about doing this, and her interactions and collaboration working with Omar. It breaks your heart. This story is definitely, and this is recent. This isn't like this is, many years ago. So it's very relevant now and important for us to see, because we might see somebody when they are here, but we don't know what their experience was like prior to coming here. And so I thought it was an excellent book. It's pretty long for a graphic novel, but again, like I said, the images of the story are just stunning, and she had a great way of being able to capture the essence of what he's described to her, and it just kept me going. So I was up until the wee hours to finish it, but that was my secret book for last month that I was reading. So if you do get a chance to read it, it is a great graphic novel. Again, the name of it, again, I'll go here because it's quicker probably for me to do it here. The name of it is When Stars Are Scattered by Omar Muhammad and Victoria Jameson. Really great graphic novel. And I love books that always give you something that you can do at the end. Don't tell me a problem or something and then just leave me hanging. Okay, so now on to our March Mystery Madness and where I am right now. Bam! Look at that, everybody. Aren't we impressed with Belinda? What? I put flags just so that I can keep, these are kind of like trying to keep track of who the characters are. So that's what these are for in here, which I'll pull them out once I write down so I know who's who. And once I get it down, then I'm okay with the story. But in the beginning, I have a tendency to forget who's who, and so I do have to write that down. This one is turning out to be really good. I wasn't sure. I had started it like a couple page into it when I first got it, and I didn't really, it wasn't grabbing me. This time it's taken hold. So I'm looking forward to this and to continue on in this one. I started The Missing American, and then I stopped and I started back on this one again. So I'm going to stick with this one because I feel like this is going to be ultimately a good story. The beginning part of it, there were some details of some stuff that I just, I don't want to say I'm not comfortable with. And, I guess not comfortable with is the best word to say. So that kind of turned me off a little bit. But it's an aspect of the story. And so I'm going to continue on with this one. To see where I go. I haven't started any of the other ones. I know I haven't even started any of this. I'm hoping this weekend I will read at least one chapter of, or restart again and read, because I did read one chapter before. Read one chapter of the first person, who is, I think it's Biddy Mason is the first woman, and this one. I do want to get on that Lorraine Hansberry because that one, I think it's an ebook, and I feel like it was a shorter time period that I could get it, and probably it was my luck that I won't be able to get it back again. I haven't tried Rachel, but I know when I get on this one, I will just start flying. So I'm not too worried about this just yet in the gates, but I will be getting to this one soon. I don't want to start this, I feel like, until I finish one of these two. I don't want to try to juggle 3 mysteries. So I think when I get one of these done, then she can kind of, that one can kind of climb into the reading nook. So there's those. This weekend I'm also going to be doing, just as a side note, because I love to just babble on Friday reads. I am a member of the ACLU, and I get their magazine, and this latest one is the winter one, which I have not read yet. And I keep putting it on I put it on the table to try to remind myself, and I haven't. So this one is great. This one, the title on this one is Decades of Housing Discrimination Led to Mass Evictions in a Pandemic. ACLU client activists are fighting back the eviction crisis. That's the title of it. So it's got lots of great, informative The Road to Reform, all these different articles in here that I look forward to reading, and Housing Insecure. It's great. Activist Spotlight. So I will be reading that. My other table books that I haven't been getting to is I'm also a member of the Sierra Club, which is an environmental organization. And they have this one is a March, April. And this one is, the title of this one is From the Ashes in Search of a Solution to the Coal Ash Waste Littering the American Landscape. I don't know about that, so I love when I learn something new. So this one has some great articles in here too that I want to get to. So I will be popping into some of these. This is interesting because this one is about what's the greenest paint for my home. I know when I painted, I didn't paint it. I picked the color and my husband painted. When I picked the color in our in this room here, I told my husband, let's try to find something with the low VOCs and all of that. So we did try to do that, but I'm always curious about what is the best paints in the house, being that you're indoors, and now especially with the pandemic and we're home so much more, and it's winter and we're inside. So I definitely am interested in that because I have some more painting to do down on our first floor. So I want to see if they have any good suggestions. So those will be the other reads for the weekend for me, in addition to the mystery. What are you guys reading? How are you doing? I'm feeling optimistic today. I don't know why. I woke up that way, so I'm enjoying it, embracing it while I can. I did say to my husband on the grumpy note that I know spring is coming because my allergies are starting to get triggered. And I'm like, God, really? It'd be one thing if I was outside, but I really haven't been outside much because it's so cold. But yeah, your allergies know. They just know when things are changing outside. So I have seasonal allergies. So yeah, so I will be with my jugs of water and glasses of, something here always, because I always end up coughing. So that was the only negative thing. But other than that, I feel very positive. I got some projects and some things that I'm working on, and I want to bring you guys, like I said, a standalone video on Cicely Tyson's book because I really enjoyed it. I would also like to do one on the James Baldwin one if I can get a chance to do that. I'm always anxious to do extra videos, but it's just the time, and I want to make sure that I'm not wasting all your time like I am right now, rambling on. But I do want to make sure that I'm not wasting anybody's time. But I do feel like I have something to say, especially about the Cicely Tyson book. I thought it's just written. It's brilliant. It's really great. So anyway, I'm going to leave you guys because I'm sitting here talking too much. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Let me know what you're reading, and wash your hands, wear your mask. We still need these masks for a while, guys. And I will talk to you later. Bye.